Okay, what did the president gain from his tour today? You talked about where he visited, the exhibits that he visited. Did he also visit slavery? And the reason why I'm asking this is because when he was candidate Trump, he said things like, you know, we made this country, meaning white America, not necessarily black. Did he gain?
Well, I don't know why you would say that. What do you mean?
No. He said that. I heard him say that.
Well, no, but look, the answer to your question is, right, one of the first exhibits that he visited was one of the slavery exhibits, and the director walked him through some very amazing stories and statistics about where slavery was prevalent, not just in traditional southern colonies, but throughout the country. And so they did have a very robust discussion about slavery early on in the tour. And I think that it was a very eye-opening and powerful tour for him, and frankly for every American. And I would encourage any American that can find the time and get in, because it's so popular. But it really is enlightening as far as parts of our history that people may not fully appreciate or know, and the contributions and the sacrifices that so many Americans have made that are a critical piece to our history that sometimes don't get the attention they deserve. So I think the president walked away from there, and you know, I mentioned in the remarks that he mentioned, Alani, that he wanted to come back because you can't do it justice. And it's much like the Holocaust Museum, where you go through once and then you sit there and start thinking of all the things that you saw and think, you know, I'd like to go back and more fully explore what I just saw because it piqued in some degree of interest or intellectual curiosity. But he was very taken back. Again, I'm just not smart.
Sean, I want to give you a chance to respond to something, because I think that the president's remarks and your clarification about where he stands on anti-Semitism is clear. But after that statement was made by the president, the Anne Frank Center released a pretty strongly worded one, right, saying that these remarks, while well received, are a Band-Aid on the cancer within the Trump administration, saying that there is, whether blessed or otherwise, a sense of xenophobia within this administration.
Yeah, I think it's, look, the president has made clear since the day he was elected, and frankly going back through the campaign, that he is someone that seeks to unite this country. He has brought a diverse group of folks into his administration, both in terms of actual positions and people that he has sought the advice of. And I think he has been very forceful with his denunciation of people who seek to attack people because of their hate, because of their religion, because of their gender, because of the color of their skin. And it's something that he's going to continue to fight and make very, very clear that he has no place in this administration. But I think that it's ironic that no matter how many times he talks about this, that it's never good enough. Today, I think, was an unbelievably forceful comment by the president as far as his denunciation of the actions that are currently targeted towards Jewish community centers. But I think that he's been very clear previous to this that he wants to be someone that brings his country together and not divide people, especially in those areas. So I saw that statement. I wish that they had praised the president for his leadership in this area, and I think that hopefully as time continues to go by, they recognize his commitment to civil rights, to voting rights, to equality for all Americans.
Yeah. Sean, on that, the Southern
We're starting
poverty,
early with the two questions.
Sorry, Sean, Southern Poverty, I think you'll want to respond to this.
Okay.
Southern Poverty Law Center said that the number of anti-Muslim groups in the U.S. has tripled between 2015 and 2016 during the time of the campaign. Is this message within the administration, anti-Semitism is not allowed, xenophobia is not allowed, anti-Muslim sentiment within the administration, has the president been forceful about that particular issue?
Well, I think that the president, in terms of his desire to combat radical Islamic terrorism, he understands that people who want to express a peaceful position have every right in our Constitution. But if you come here or want to express views that seek to do our country or our people harm, he's going to fight it aggressively, whether it's domestic acts that are going on here or attempts through people abroad to come into this country. So there's a big difference between preventing attacks and making sure that we keep this country safe so that there is no loss of life, and allowing people to express themselves in accordance with our First Amendment. Those are two very, very different things.